Morning, Senior 1. Today we're going to discuss Unit 10, which talks about jobs. As you can see here in the topic, it says, what's your job? Each one of us, of course, at school now, dreams by a certain job at his mind, right? Some of us would like to be doctors, others dream by being engineers, some others want to be teachers, others think about being scientists. So lots of jobs can be applied for. So let's see here our topic. As you can see here in this week's article called What's Your Job? We're talking to two young professionals about their work. Ali works in the casualty department. Okay, casualty department, guys, means emergency department. And as you can see the picture of Ali here, he works as a nurse. So, he works in the casualty department at a busy hospital. He says that despite the long hours and hard work, the job is incredibly rewarding. What's the meaning of rewarding? Rewarding means that you can see its reward by your own eyes immediately. For example, being as a nurse or as a doctor working in emergency cases, of course, you're going to see the results on the spot. You're going to see people recovering on spot. You're giving them medicines. You're trying to help people coming out of accidents. So it's a really rewarding job. Now, as this interview is being done with Ali, they are asking him, why did you choose to become a nurse? He answered, well, I've always enjoyed caring for people, so it seemed a natural thing to do. I decided to apply to nursing college, did my training, and then got a job here. So, of course, as we can see the words in bold, that means those words you're asked for. To know what's the meaning of apply, to put your papers or to put your certificate in a certain job, that you're searching for a certain job, and to do your training, of course, to get more experienced in the field you're applying for. Okay, then they asked him, do you like your job? He said, yes, I love it. Although it's very stressful at times. Stressful means what? Of course, it's an adjective. It means it's stressing, needs a lot of effort, needs a lot of time to be done. This is the meaning of stressful. People are sometimes frightened, so part of my job is to make them feel calm, which can be hard. Then they're asking him, is there anything you don't enjoy? Not really, although I work from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. every day, which is very tiring. Then what skills do you need to be a successful nurse? He answered, you need to be a good communicator. A lot of nursing is about listening to people's worries and explaining what the doctors are going to do. You need to have good medical knowledge too, but understanding and kindness are really important. So of course, being a doctor or a nurse requires you to understand people's worries, to, of course, have good medical knowledge, and to understand people and being kind to them. Those two skills are really important. Okay, so as you can see here in exercise 1, matching the meaning of these words and phrases, then check in a dictionary. As you can see, rewarding means, yes, as it's answered here, doing something that makes you feel good. What about number 2? Apply. What's the meaning of apply? Let's see all the answers. It means yes. It's number H. Making a formal request, usually in writing, to apply for a certain job. What about training? To get trained in certain thing. Let's see its answer. Where is training? Yes, it's I. Learning skills you need for a job. What about stressful? As I told you a little time ago, stressful means what? It means that something which causes worry. It will be number B. What about skill? It will be C, the ability to do something well. To have a certain skill, it means to be able to do something really well. What about contract? What is a contract? It's G, a legal agreement. For example, if you applied for a job at a certain company, you sign a contract between you and the company to have your certain rights, and the company also to preserve its right towards you. So it's a legal agreement. Then practical. What's the meaning of practical? Yes, practical is number A, relating to real activities and events more than ideas. Something that is practical, it means it's related to the activities more than just ideas in your mind. What about qualifications? What do you think the meaning of qualification is? Yes, it's number D. Skills or knowledge that make you eligible for a job or work, makes you more legitimate for a job or a work. And the last thing, casualty department, as I told you before, it's the emergency room in a hospital. It will be F. Okay, let's see the other things. As you can see here, another article for Nadia, which works as a scientist and works in a laboratory as a chemist. They're making an interview also to Nadia. They asked her the first question, why did you choose to become a scientist? Of course, this is another job. She said what? My best subject at school was chemistry, so I decided to study it at university. After I graduated, I got a 2-year contract to work here. So I think you understand now the meaning of contract. As I told you, legal agreement to work in a certain place. Okay, what do you like best about your job? She said that I'm a very practical person, and a lot of my job is about trying to improve products or develop new ones. I enjoy the challenges and the variety of my work. Are there any challenges in your job? Are there any difficulties that you face in your job? Yes, of course. Any job has challenges. It can sometimes be difficult when you're working on several products, and each one has a deadline to meet. What qualifications do you need to be a successful scientist? She said, obviously you need a degree in science, but you also have to be good at problem solving. Of course, you have to be a good person at problem solving. Whenever you have any problem, to be a good problem solver. It's important to be able also to communicate your ideas to other people too. And that can be difficult sometimes if they are not scientists. Then, let's move to the vocabulary words that we picked for you. We're going to read them quickly. Application, which is the noun. Applied, which is the adjective. And apply is the verb. As I told you, to apply for a certain job is to present your papers for being enrolled to a certain place. Apprenticeship. Apprenticeship means a kind of training that you do at any job before you start to get to know more the job. And it's usually for only 3 months, okay? This is the apprenticeship training that is usually done before you start the job, at the job itself, at the company itself. Okay, attendant is the person serving public. Like, for example, the flight attendant. He's the person serving you at the plane. Yes, this is the flight attendant. Okay, attention, of course, to be careful to a certain thing that is happening. So attention is the noun. Caring, of course, we all know the meaning of caring. Casualty department, as I told you, it's the emergency section or emergency room, specialized for emergency cases. Casualty communicator is the person who deals with the person that had an accident. Compassion means a lot of kindness to deal with people. And of course, this is an important skill to have as a doctor or as a nurse. To be confident, to be trusting yourself is a very important skill also that you should have. Of course, as a student, you should have self-confidence, and also as a doctor, nurse, or any other job, of course, it needs little self-confidence. Construction, of course, means building buildings. Contract, I told you before, it's a written agreement. And of course, it has to be legal written agreement. Degree is the thing that you have to get from a university or a school or any place, legitimizing the education that you acquired. Eligible, of course, means to be qualified for a certain place or to be needed in a certain place. Of course, eligible also is adjective. Okay? What about flexible? It's an adjective. Hardworking, honest, industry, all those are understandable. Loyal, practical, punctual. Punctual, of course, to be on time, to be always on time, not early, not late, to be person on time. Qualification and qualified is the adjective, to qualify is the verb. Reassurance is the noun, to make sure that everything is fine. To reassure is the verb. Reassuring is the adjective. To describe something that it's reassuring means something that is relaxing or makes me feel that everything is okay. Reliable means someone you can count on, someone you can trust, and it's an adjective. Reward also is a noun and is a verb here. You can reward someone for something, or you can get a reward, for example, for certain job or for a certain task that you finished. And rewarding here is the adjective. Skill, of course, it's known the talents that you have in your personality. Stress, stressful. Succeed, success, successful. Team player, and training. We have some important vocabulary words here like academic, adapt, aged, availability, career, immediate, involve, knowledge, legal, list, medical, necessary, of course, which means important, and nursing, of course, it's understood. Okay. We also have certificate, challenge, chemist, chemistry, college, community, cuisine, which is the strategy for doing certain kinds of food. CV is brief word for the exact term of curriculum vitae. Curriculum vitae, which is the document that you prepare before applying for a certain job that has all your information, starting from the education, from the address, where do you live, everything. Cycle, deadline, which is ending time for giving certain work or certain job. Like, for example, having a project at your school, and I tell you that your deadline is next Monday, which means this is the ending time. You have to give me the things on that time. Despite is like although. Okay, develop, experience, fair, fire engines, firefighter. Of course, firefighter is the noun who is the person who puts out the fires. Firefighting is the noun itself, which is the action of putting out the fire itself. Flight attendant, as I told you a little bit earlier, that he's the person who helps you on plane. Frustrating means depressing or something that makes you sad. Global warming is something that we all know now from science and other subjects. They also give us this term, global warming, which is that because of the change of the temperature and the cutting down of trees, we have a lot of global warming in our world now. The carbon dioxide increases, oxygen decreases, and we have total different changes in the climate of all countries. This is the global warming. Graduate, of course, to finish certain level at school or at a university. Obviously means, of course, clear. Opportunity means chance. Patient, of course, is the person who is sick at hospitals. He is a patient. And also it can be an adjective. To be patient on something. To be able to stand something. To wait for something. This is also patient. Pay also can be a noun or a verb. Personal statement. Of course, it's just giving a small brief about yourself. It's a personal statement. Plumber is the person who fixes the taps at your home and anything related to water. This is plumber. And take care here, the B is silent. I don't say plumber, it's plumber, okay? Postgraduates is the studies that you undergo after finishing the main degree. Postgraduates is all the education that you can take after finishing a certain degree, like masters, for example, or PhD, doctorate level. All those are postgraduate studies. Products is known, of course, professional, quality, siren, which is the alarm for having a certain alert for a certain accident or certain thing that is going to happen. For example, for fire at certain places. This is called siren. Situation, sound, stand, statement, support, teammates like your colleagues in a certain team, the public, variety, vet, which is the veterinarian, who is the doctor who deals with animals, is called vet. Or as a brief for veterinarian. And the last word for the important vocabulary is ward, which is a certain section at any hospital. Other extra vocabulary like address, airline, baker, behavior, busy, central, center, charity, choice, and you're gonna find all the translation for those words. Of course, we are not allowed to do this, but because we have the two sections for senior one, Arabic section and English section, so it's okay to have a look on the Arabic words if you don't understand even the English after my clarification. Then charity, choice, communicate, explain, interests, laboratory, local, meeting, office worker, who is the person who works at office, outside, particular, police officer, poster, scientist, and seem. Seem like, look like, okay? Also we have fancy, farmer, frightened, gardener. Gardener, who is the person who protects your park or your gardens. Frightened, of course, it's an adjective for being too scared from something. Hobby is the thing that, of course, you know hobby since you were a child. Hobby means that the thing that you like to do in your spare time, like drawing, playing music, painting, reading, any hobby. Improve, including, incredibly, interested, several, shop assistant. Of course, when you go to any shop, you're gonna find the shop assistant who stops you and tells you, can I help you in picking your clothes, or can I help you in your choices? What are you searching for? This is the shop assistant. Suitable, theater, tiring, and it's an adjective which is something that makes you tired. UK is a brief for United Kingdom, winter, and worry. Okay, as you can see here, there are the definitions wrote in Arabic and English also. Apply is to make use of something or make a formal request, usually in writing. Apprenticeship, as I told you, is a period of time working in order to learn skills needed to do a job. Attendant is a person whose job involves helping the public, as I told you. Attention is the act of listening to or looking at or thinking about something, somebody carefully. To care is to describe someone who offers help and support. Casualty department is emergency room in a hospital. Communicator is someone who is able to talk about their ideas and emotions in a way that other people understand. Someone who can explain their ideas. This is a communicator. Anyone who can explain his own ideas is a communicator. Confident describes someone who thinks that they can do things well. They trust themselves. Construction is the work of building something. Contract is a legal agreement. Degree is a qualification you receive when you finish university. Okay, we have other words here like flexible, which is describing someone who can change their behavior in different situations to be flexible. Hardworking, working with a lot of effort. Honest, who always tell the truth. Industry, particular type of business that produces a particular type of products like goods or services. Loyal is to describe someone who supports their friends even when it's difficult. Practical, relating to real activities, as I told you, real activities and events more than ideas. Punctual, to arrive or happen or being done at exactly the time that is arranged for. Qualifications, learning skills you need for a job. Reliable, to describe someone who always does what they say they will do. He is countable to do something, he is trustable, you can count on him. This is a reliable person. Rewarding means doing something that makes you feel good. Skill is the ability to do something well. Stressful, something which causes worry. And team player is a person who works well with others. Training, skills or knowledge that make you eligible for a job or work. Okay, some verbal collocations here like do. Verbal collocations mean that I put the verb with a lot of words and it turned to be a verbal collocation. Means that I change the meaning of the verb if I put it with different words. Like if I put do with a degree, it will be do a degree in a certain field. What about putting the word things with the verb do? It will be do things well. You can perform things well. Do training means to do certain training. Earn comes, of course, with much money. Have, of course, can come with a degree in certain field or have medical knowledge or have variety. And to meet, you can put the word deadline. It will be meet a deadline, means to handle or give the task on its specified managed time. Get also comes with a job. Get a job, get work experience, give attention to a certain thing, offer to help and support, take a course, tell the truth. When I come to the synonyms and antonyms, and you all get confused in those two words, always remember that synonyms starts with the word starts with the letter S. So I can take the same letter and put the word similar. So synonym means similar, means the same meaning, gives the same meaning. But antonym is the opposite, okay? Caring means it's concerned or attentive or loving, considerate, affectionate, all those means caring. Confident means self-assured or sure. Flexible means adaptable or adjustable. Hardworking means industrious, able to work a lot. Reassuring means comforting. Reliable means dependable or trustworthy. Rewarding means satisfying or worthwhile, means worth working for. Like being a doctor, for example. Of course, you're going to help people, so it's worth working for. Stressful means worrying or demanding. But what about the antonyms? Caring, its opposite uncaring or cruel. Flexible, inflexible. Hardworking, opposite lazy. Honest, its opposite dishonest or disloyal. Loyal means its opposite also, disloyal or treacherous. Like you're a betrayal, you deceive people. Practical means its opposite, theoretical or impractical. Punctual, to be late or early as an opposite. Reassuring, its opposite as worrying. Reliable, opposite, unreliable or untrustworthy. Rewarding, unrewarding, stressful, relaxing, or easy. This is also the opposite. Okay. Prefix and suffix. What's the meaning of prefix and what's the meaning of suffix? Prefix means the words that come to the exact or basic word. Like when I put ill or miss or re. If they come at the beginning, they give the meaning of. Ill gives the meaning of not, miss gives the meaning of wrong, and re gives the meaning of again. For example, illegal. The basic word here is legal. When I put ill before legal, this is a prefix. Mistake, which is something wrong. Reassure, which means to make something again. Those are the prefixes for those units. But what about the suffixes? Of course, they will be the ending letters for a word. That to end the word with al or ual, like practical, punctual, and IBL we have flexible, and the letters ship. It can be apprenticeship, friendship. They give us another meanings. Okay? We want to spotlight on some key vocabulary here. For example, apply. How can apply come in sentences? For example, he wants to apply for another job. What about the change in prepositions? I can say apply for, apply to, apply in. Apply for comes in sentence like I applied for the membership of the club. What about I apply to? I'll apply to the manager soon. So apply to has to be followed by the noun itself, the person who you are applying to. But apply for is the certain task you're applying for, like for the job, applying for a certain noun, not to the person himself. The person himself you have to say apply to. And apply in means the form of applying. So it will be apply in writing. You can send your CV online, you don't have to apply in writing. Okay. Also we have applied as an adjective. We study applied math at school. Applicable to as an adjective will be the discount is only applicable to children clothes. Applicant. There are more than 50 applicants for the job. People who apply for the job. I mean, this is the meaning of applicant. An application is the noun itself. The manager has examined all the applications. Or mobile applications are free on this website. Okay, what about the apprenticeship? As I told you, apprenticeship, like the kind of training you do for a certain job before you already start the job. My brother is an apprentice surgeon. He means he is training to be a surgeon in a certain place. The mechanic asked one of the apprentices to bring him some tools. It means that he is apprentice in, for example, a mechanic shop. Okay. My cousin wants to apprentice to an electrician to learn from him. Here, apprentice comes as a verb. An apprenticeship is the noun after a 2-year apprenticeship, which means training. I was good enough to have my own garage. Care also comes as medical care or much care as a noun. We have also care. It can be put in many terms like medical care, intensive care. Of course, you all know intensive care in hospitals, which means very, very high caring room that patients are put inside if they have intensive case. Require care, under somebody's care, take care of, health care, provide care, receive care. Care about, careful, caring. Okay, what about construction? To construct is the verb, to build a certain thing. This bridge was constructed in the 1970s. Construction is the noun. The construction of this road will take 2 years. Another example for a noun, this construction cost $2 million. What about degree? At night, the temperature was about 13 degrees. Can you find out how many degrees this angle is? When degree comes as a measurement. But when it comes as a certain qualification in engineering or in a certain field, you can say mom has a degree in engineering. Means the certificate itself of being graduated from that field. We can say also have or hold a degree in, do or take a degree in, be awarded a degree. Industry, of course, means to work the certain field that people work in, like thousands of people work in the car industry. This means the car production. The tourist industry is very important for Egypt, means also the tourism itself, the tourism as a certain kind of industry. Reassure also is a verb. The doctor reassured us, made us more relaxed, or made us sure that mom was okay. Reassuring is the adjective. She had a reassuring smile on her face. Reassurance, the doctor gave us reassurance that mom was okay. The last one, reliable. To rely as a verb, babies rely on their mothers, count on. To be reliable as an adjective, you can depend on Omar. He is a reliable man, trustworthy or a trustable person. Reliability is the noun. Scientific information is of high reliability. Reliance, his reliance on his parents makes him lazy, means being counting on his parents. Okay? And some language notes here, like she works as a flight attendant, and I told you that flight attendant is the person who helps you on plane, serve you on plane. They had an attendant for their own mother for 6 hours a day, means the person who takes care of another person. Like this example, taking care of a certain lady who is old to take care of herself. A teacher must be a good communicator, means person who can communicate with people and will be able to deliver his certain idea. This company is successful because it has a staff of team players. We're ending up our unit by this reading. It's a reading about Muhammad, his dream job to be a firefighter. Firefighter, of course, the person who puts out fires in fire accidents, okay? He said what? My dream job, his name is Muhammad, age 23, dream job, firefighter. Skills, he said you should be a team player. You can act well in a team, and of course you know that firefighters, they work together, so they have to get the team playing skills. To be also reliable, be able to be accountable person. People can count on you, a good communicator, and flexible. Let's read. Where is his workplace? In central Cairo. I always wanted to be a firefighter. When I was a little boy, I played with toy fire engines and sometimes watched the fire engines driving down the streets with their sirens sounding. Sirens sounding, as I told you, the alerts, the alarms that play for alerting you that there is a certain threat or certain thing is going to happen now, like fire alarms. It's called sirens. I knew that I wanted to help people, and I also knew I wanted a job which wasn't in an office. I'm not great at sitting at a desk and wanted a job that was outside, exciting and had a lot of variety. Firefighting can be dangerous and can be very hard work, but I wouldn't do any other job. You must be able to communicate well with your teammates. Teammates, of course, your colleagues in the certain team, and also be happy to adapt to different situations when necessary, which means when important. Do you fancy a career as a firefighter? If you want an exciting job helping the community, come and visit me on stand 21 at the Jobs Fair. Date 23 May, time from 9 till 14. If you're interested, which is of course 2 p.m. If you're interested in firefighting, there are plenty of other jobs to find out about here at the jobs fair. Bring your friends and family along. You never know what career is out there for you. Okay, I want you to do a small homework, which is writing a list of skills required for your dream job and how you might get these skills. As you can see here in exercise 2, I need this to be homework, and if you don't mind to deliver them to one of your parents, or if you can come drop them here at our school, we will be grateful. And I'm also gonna prepare for you another homework, which will be with the other video of the reported speech. For this unit, you have structured reported speech. I'll be preparing this video with its homework also as sheets. Thank you. Hope you understand well. If you have any questions, get back to me. I wish you have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.